Wing Commander Guy Gibson, RAF No. 617 Squadron. He commanded the Dambusters raid and left detailed first-hand accounts that combine leadership pressure, fear, and split-second decision-making at the moment history changed. There was one truth everyone believed in 1943. You do not break a modern industrial nation by hitting a single target. You bomb factories. You bomb railways. You bomb cities. Slowly. Relentlessly. Over years. That rule existed for a reason. Germany had absorbed punishment since 1939 and kept fighting. Its factories adapted. Its workers dispersed. Its air defenses hardened. Every strategic bombing assessment said the same thing. No single blow could cripple the Reich. German planners were confident in this. Their dams, vast concrete walls holding back millions of tons of water, were untouchable. Too thick to crack. Too well defended to approach. Too important to risk leaving unguarded, yet too massive to be destroyed from the air. They powered the Ruhr. They cooled steel mills. They fed factories that built tanks, submarines, and artillery. Everyone knew this. Everyone accepted it. But in May 1943, one night proved the rule was wrong. And one man led the mission that made Germany realize the war could be changed in a single strike. You are Wing Commander Guy Gibson. Age 24. Already a veteran of more than 170 combat missions. You are not tall. You are not loud. But you are relentless. You fly with a quiet intensity that makes men listen when you speak softly. By 1943, Bomber Command knows your name. So does the enemy. Britain is bleeding air crews. Night after night, Lancasters and Halifaxes cross the channel. Many never return. Morale is fragile. Loss rates hover near unsustainable levels. Then comes an idea so strange it almost sounds foolish. A bouncing bomb. Designed by engineer Barnes Wallace, the weapon skips across water like a stone, hops over torpedo nets, strikes a dam wall, and detonates underwater, where concrete is weakest. It requires impossible precision. Speed, exactly 232 miles per hour. Altitude, exactly 60 feet. Release distance, roughly 425 yards from the dam. Too high and it misses. Too low and you hit the water. Too fast and it skips wrong. Too slow and it sinks. You are chosen to lead the squadron built solely for this mission. 617 Squadron. Handpicked crews. Months of secret training. Night flying at treetop height. The stakes are enormous. If this works, Germany's industrial heart floods. If it fails, Britain loses elite crews and reveals its most secret weapon for nothing. On May 16, 1943, you brief your men. There are no speeches about glory. Only facts. Distances. Timing. Risks. You know what this costs. You have buried friends already. Now you climb into your Lancaster. The engines start. And there is no turning back. The night air is calm as you cross the North Sea. Too calm. At 100 feet, the world moves fast. Trees blur. Church spires flash past. The engines roar so low you feel them in your chest. German flak opens near the Dutch coast. Tracers claw upward. One Lancaster disappears in a bloom of fire. There is no time to react. You keep flying. You reach the first target, the Moan Dam. It rises out of the darkness like a cliff. 1,000 feet long. 130 feet high. 8 anti-aircraft positions guarding it. You circle once. Twice. The water below reflects moonlight. Perfect conditions. And still men die. The first attack run begins. The Lancaster descends. 100 feet. 80. 60. The speed steadies at 232 miles per hour. The dam fills the cockpit windows. Tracer fire rips past the nose. The aircraft shudders. Hold it, hold it. The bomb releases. It skips. Once, twice, 3 times. It hits the wall. The explosion sends a column of water into the air, but the dam holds. 1 aircraft lost. Another damaged. The second run. The third. Men fly straight into gunfire knowing there is no margin for error. Then, on the 4th attack, the bomb detonates deeper. The dam cracks. A white line appears across the concrete. Seconds later, the wall collapses. You watch as millions of tons of water surge through the breach. The valley below disappears under a moving ocean. Factories vanish. Power stations drown. Rail lines twist apart. But there is no celebration. There is another dam. The Eder. No flak. Worst terrain. A winding valley that forces curved attack runs. Aircraft after aircraft aborts. The angles are wrong. The release points slip away. Fuel is running low. Failure feels close enough to touch. You order another run. The Lancaster banks hard. The dam fills the site again. Release. The bomb skips. It hits. The dam breaks open like paper. A second flood tears into Germany's interior. At the midway point of this story, after the second dam collapses, pause for a moment. If you find this kind of untold military history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage, sacrifice, and genius deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help ensure they aren't forgotten. Now the third target. The Sorp Dam. It is earth-filled, stronger, less vulnerable. Multiple runs. Bombs detonate. The wall is damaged, but it does not collapse. Fuel gauges read near empty. You call the withdrawal. 8 aircraft are missing. 53 men are dead. But the mission is over. And Germany is drowning. By morning, the scale becomes clear. Floodwaters sweep through the Ruhr Valley. Power generation drops by nearly 75% in affected areas. Over 1,300 civilians are killed. Factories shut down. Steel production halts. Coal mines flood. German high command is stunned. Hitler orders immediate reinforcement of dam defenses across Europe. Thousands of anti-aircraft guns are diverted from the Atlantic Wall and the Eastern Front. Engineers scramble. Repairs take months. What they do not know is this: the raid forces Germany to defend infrastructure everywhere all the time. One night has changed the strategic equation. The RAF proves precision can achieve what years of bombing could not. And the psychological impact is enormous. If dams can fall, nothing feels safe anymore. You return to Britain at dawn. Guy Gibson is awarded the Victoria Cross. He is 24 years old. But victory is heavy. Of the 133 men who flew, only 80 returned. Gibson survives the war only briefly. In 1944, he dies in a crash during a return from operations. Most of his men are gone before the war ends. To this day, the valleys below the Möhne and Eder bear scars visible from the air. This story matters now because it reminds us that wars are not changed by numbers alone, but by moments of courage, precision, and human cost. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or country and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Guy Gibson and the 53 men of No. 617 Squadron do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered.